Wonderful!
Hello and welcome back to TNI UK Impacted episode 182, coming to you live by the Total Nonstop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen on the go, then we're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and wherever you listen to your favorite shows. I am, of course, your host, Bison, and today I am joined by, of course, the man coming to us from the void of his own mind, the Joker, and the man hitting us from, it looks like Ibiza, your local nightclub in Ibiza, LimpstarUK.
No. I've decided after watching last week's episode and that, I'm not going to be last. I'm going to be first class. So from now on, I'm going to be TNA Limpstar. That's it. I've seen these glasses, and then I just thought, do you know what? If I grow an extra foot and just start rapping and that, I reckon that I could be a TNAJ of my own.
I've only just noticed the glasses now.
Is that TNA AJ Tracy or is that AJ Francis?
It's not AJ Tracy, it's AJ Francis. Don't get his name wrong, mate. That's just disrespectful. Why would you do
that? Fair enough.
No, I've had enough. I'm taking them off now. It's getting too hot.
Fair dues. Right, can I just say a quick hello? Mir's obviously already here. Chris Maycock's in the house. I did see Eric. I think Eric's here as well. Did I see Eric Isaacs? Yes, he's in the house as well. So don't forget, let us know that you're here. Make a comment in the chat. Let us know. We'll give you a shout out. Joe, how are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm pretty good, thank you. How are you?
So. And like I say, Craig is now the new AJ Craig Francis of TNI.
Francis.
How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, mate. Sorry for missing the show last week. There's just only so many hours in a day, and I was not logistically able to do it. And I thought, you know what? I burst through the door at about 10 past 7. I thought I'll click YouTube, I'll jump in a chat, and you guys were wrapped up already. I was just mate. Like, that is an express show if I ever did see one.
That's disgusting. The thing is, right, that sometimes I think when we do some of these, like this show tonight, is not going to be particularly long, I don't think, because at the end of the day, we're sort of in between specials or pay-per-views. You haven't got all that sort of stuff to talk about. So, and sometimes you get a short news week. And to be fair, the last couple of weeks have not been massive on anything fresh and new. So, there's no point in just sort of kind of going over old ground and talking about the same old shit you were talking about the week before. So, we just got it done, didn't we, Joe? In super quick time. I think it was less than an hour, about 58 minutes or something.
Yeah, a bit too quick for my liking. It's hard enough to think on the fly as it is, and
that's what she said.
If only I was so lucky.
Blimey. Hello to Zach Bonifer, by the way, who's talking about the summer of Rosemary, right?
Yes, I am so excited about that. This is going to be bloody brilliant.
We've got someone called Mats Victorson. Hey guys, here in Stockholm. Wow, things are returning to normal after Swift Mania. I don't know too much about that. What's Swift Mania?
Oh, we do know about Hendrymania, though.
We do know about
we do.
There's Joe Hendrymania, in fact. We know all about that. Yeah.
In fact, we should just say his name.
Exactly.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
There he is. There he is. Say his name and he appears.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
There we go. That is the mania that is running wild.
That was a perfect setup for that, by the way, as well. I've been waiting for someone to do it to say his name. And
I believe in Joe Hendry.
We're there. We're there.
The amount of times people have been had that soundbite and someone just to say I won't say his name and then he appears and then it comes up.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yeah, you got to do it every time. Every time. Chris is on. Look, Chris is well into this. And welcome anyway to the show, Matt. It's very cool having you join us all the way from Stockholm. I think that's very, very cool. What's this? Joe Hendry, what's that? Obsession on the show. There are places you can go to get help for that. Well, I'm sorry, but we
don't need help, Mia. We are living our best life. We've got one of the best UK wrestlers absolutely dominating TNA. So you're welcome. You're welcome.
You are banned from diving.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, exactly. That is TNA J. Craig Francis. There you go.
You are banned from diving.
You are. Love it. There he is. Look, he's right in the house.
If you ain't first class, you're last.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, right. So let's get into the news, rumors, and of course the TNA Impact recap of the week. First off, guys, just want to kick off with a little bit of sad news that European and former TNA Gut Check winner Bad Bones John Klinger passed away this week. We here at TNI UK would like to pass on our deepest sympathies to his closest friends and family. Guy was a total legend. I have to be honest, I never understood why he was not on TNA permanently. He's a fantastic wrestler, or was a fantastic wrestler, and will certainly be missed on the European scene. Certainly be missed, definitely.
He had some good matches in
memories of him. Do you remember? Have you seen him live, Craig?
I didn't see him live. I've seen him on a couple of the I believe it's WXW shows, the German promotion.
Yeah,
he had some pretty good matches there. I'm trying to remember who he fought. But it was someone from TNA. Do you know what? It might even be David Starr. Like he was on AAW quite a lot. I know that he's not currently wrestling anymore for whatever reason. We won't go into that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure them two had a pretty good match. It was one of those where just I was scrolling through, and you know how like different promotions end up coming up in your feed, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to click this match, and it's just like Bad Bones. He just like I totally agree with you. It's weird how he didn't end up as a permanent fixture on our roster because he just had everything in ring, out the ring. You know, he had presence and stuff like that. You know, so
right, talker.
It's sad to hear about it.
He looked the visit.
Yeah, that's it.
Like all the way up, even obviously. I mean, I believe he was in his late 40s. I might be thinking, like obviously, which makes it even worse. He wasn't particularly old, but you know, all the way up. I mean, he had a great physique. Yeah, fantastic presence in the ring. What a shame, real shame. And like I say, our condolences and sympathies go out to all his friends and family. Total legend. Rumors are currently rife on if we're going to see former WWE stars like obviously Natalya Neidhart and also at the moment Jinder Mahal could be heading to TNA. Now
that'll be good.
I'm interested to I'm interested to hear both your thoughts on this because there's a lot of sort of negativity around this whole kind of like bringing in former, you know, WWE people. There's a lot of people saying, look, you know, Natty has not been released. However, her free agency, I believe, is like literally imminent. And as far as we're aware, she hasn't re-signed. So not sure what is going on there. But, you know, Jinder obviously has been released and would be available around Slammiversary. What are your thoughts? I'm going to go with Joe because Joe's obviously quite vocal already. What are your thoughts on Jinder Mahal then joining TNA, mate?
I'm really excited about the idea. You know, he was someone that I thought was really taken for a complete ride right up until I stopped watching, and then he finally started to get a push, mainly because WWE wanted some more presence in India. Is the main reason why he got pushed to the world title scene. But seeing him with Drew McIntyre and Heath and do the whole 3-man band thing, I could see him. He was someone with a lot of talent, just not being used properly. Another one of Vince McMahon's "you're not American, so we're not going to use you," basically type guys. You know, not like he did with Wade Barrett. Pushed him for a bit, then got bored of him and just sent him off into one of the most racist factions in the history of WWE, which just made me switch off from the whole thing completely.
Yeah. I mean, what Dragonstorm is saying is literally his release comes up 2 days prior to Summerversary, so there is a strong possibility it could happen.
I'd be fucking excited to see him come in. It would really get everyone talking.
I mean, potentially it would. The only thing is, it's like, I mean, obviously he's an Indian wrestler.
Yeah,
I know Craig's thoughts on an Indian wrestler, especially ones called Indian Lion, who, in my opinion, are dog shit. But in his opinion, he thinks he's amazing. But I think Jinder is probably head and shoulders above someone like a Shira. Obviously, we've got a few Indian wrestlers already on the roster.
No. I've got to be honest now. Unless he beats Shira, which is like, no easy match. No, just buried on Xplosion. Unless he beats Shira, then he's not got a spot in TNA. I reckon that's got to be the main event, Slammiversary.
What, Shira versus
formerly
Jinder
known
Mahal?
as Ginger Mahal or whatever his name is.
Ginger Mahal. That sounds good. I like it.
Seeing Conan with a redhead wig on.
Yeah, he come out with the with a Sheamus Mohican or something like that.
The thing is like all I know about Jinder Mahal is he is a hell of a wrestler. That's literally all I know. I didn't follow him in that other wrestling company. I don't watch it. Do you know what I mean? So I know very little about him, but I just know that he's a kick-ass wrestler. He was badly used. He was more like an advertising tool for Saudi Arabia. And just like, if he comes to TNA, then by all means, turn up. But hopefully they do what they usually do with new people in TNA and just make him go up the ladder. Don't let him just walk in, grab the title, and then, have a short run. Make him work his way through.
If he comes in, I think he'll get something like Heath did. He'll get a chance to show what he can do and build his way up like Heath did, and then basically see if he wants to stay on or not.
Make him do what like we seem to be doing at the minute, and make him fight make him fight Macklin, have like a mini feud with Macklin, and then get the Rascals to pick on him for a bit. So it kind of seems the standard at the minute. So it's. Don't get me wrong, I'm loving TNA, but it just seems a little bit predictable.
Let's not do that with Macklin again. No.
As for Natalya,
Macklin needs to be kicking ass.
Yeah, as for Natalya, if Natalya can come in at Summerversary, Jordynne Grace has already called for it, and so many people on the Knockouts roster would love to see it happen too. And Natalya said that she wants to wrestle Jordynne Grace. If that could happen,
I saw someone post imagine Natty versus ODB. That would be a cool match.
That would be
a good match. I never even thought about that, but that would be a great match. I mean, they're both very similar sort of kind of styles. And ODB has got herself in great shape and has been wrestling on the indies recently. So who knows? Maybe we get an ODB back on the Knockouts roster. That would be cool. Even if it was just a 6-month run or something, I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Do you reckon ODB
we have a bit of ODB. She's incredible.
Do you reckon she get cancelled?
Do you reckon what?
Nah.
Do you reckon that she's a bit too offensive?
Why? Because she's one dirty bitch?
No, I mean, some of the things she does and all that. Like, do you reckon that TNA might go viral for the wrong reasons because someone might be offended by her actions?
No.
Oh no, she's
good. Good. Bring her on.
Bring her back. They were fine with it last time she was there. And
she's just a female redneck. What's the matter with you?
Yeah. Well, can we say redneck?
Yeah, I
she
think
might be a blue neck.
She could be a blue neck.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, T Thames, nice to see you. Whew, they're all coming in mid. Bam. That's it. Bam. We haven't put that soundbite up for a while.
It was like she was here.
It was. You like that? I actually interviewed ODB, bub. I interviewed her in her trailer. How about that? When she
yeah.
came on my when I
Great
interviewed her, she
interview.
was in her trailer. We had a 45-minute chat, and she was a great guest. And we talked about her food truck, and we talked all sorts of stuff. That she was getting herself back in good shape, and all sorts of stuff. It was really good. So and I did get her to go BAM as well, which is really cool. So if you want to go and see ODB go BAM to the Bison, then go and check out the interview I did with her. It's all available on
there it is.
on our channel. Oh, BAM! It is. BAM! There it
The
is.
last 3 minutes scrolling up and down the bloody list looking for it.
Trying to find it. Trying to
Yeah.
find it.
And then, of course, it's right above this one, which is an old favourite of ours.
Hardcore country.
Yes.
We'll get a copyright strike.
Hello to James. James has joined us. So
That's Jimmy.
yeah,
Jim
Jimmy
Mc-
lad.
Jinder
He's-
McDong.
Is he the one that was going to help you do the Joe Hendry thing?
Yeah,
Oh.
but I didn't end up going to the gig, so I've not done anything in
Oh.
that shape or form. So he was playing happy hardcore to the masses.
It's a good job. What's that? Big box, little box, medium box, and all that stuff.
Well, big box, little box, cardboard fish doesn't really work because a fish made of cardboard wouldn't go very far.
It won't go very far, will it?
Big fish, little
No.
fish.
Big
Cardboard
fish,
box.
little fish, cardboard box.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't work. No, it wouldn't work. I get you. I get what you're saying. However, with the current state of Hendrymania running wild through Impact, through TNA Impact, and of course through
And the
TNA
world is
and the world, Hendrymania is running wild at the moment. We need to get this done, mate. Come on, we're missing a trick.
Yeah, I think that boat. I think that one sailed by now. I don't know when my.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I don't think that I've got a gig close enough for it to be relevant.
Okay, all right.
doesn't
All right.
believe. Do you believe?
You don't believe? Do
Believe
you?
in what, Joe?
I believe in Joe Hendry.
We believe.
We believe.
That's
Anyway, right. Okay, talking about free agents. Could we see the Tonga twins arrive on TNA after their
oh
vocal
wow.
departure from? Well, yeah, wow, from WAW. Wow, women of wrestling. What are your thoughts on those two possibly joining TNA and maybe going for the tag titles? What do you think?
They're amazing.
All for it. If any extra women we can get onto the Knockouts division is a plus, and any more teams we can get from the Knockouts division, just surely as teams, is fantastic too, because it then opens up the door for people who are stuck together to go elsewhere. And like Master Samovich, for example.
Yes,
It'd be a great way to get us. I'd love to see, if possible, the Sea Stars come back in, because I thought they were so impressive when we saw them when they brought the Knockouts tag team titles in to begin with. They were really impressive. I'd love to see them come in again, even for a short while, to move the division along. They were fantastic, but I think
they're great wrestlers. I think they're a great team. So
Yeah.
I'd love to see them on it. I really, really would. Eric would too. Look, he'd love to see him. Great tag team.
That's
tag team
fantastic.
titles.
It's sad to know that they've left on bad terms with whatever company they were with, but if they come to TNA, the chances are they're going to get treated like proper talent and with respect. Everyone that's come to TNA has said that they feel like, even Xia Brookside said that coming to TNA was the right decision and the best decision she made in her career, and she feels like she's just gelled with the Knockouts, like she was there for years.
Yeah, okay, fair dues. So that said, we're talking about the Knockouts division, right? What about the Giselle Shaw getting a real push and giving a big deal feel for her return? What about that? I mean, what were our thoughts on that?
Craig, can you look at that?
Yeah, do you know what? I do think that she is a hell of a wrestler. I will give her that. The push, I'm not sure if it's the right person that we're pushing. Do you know what I mean? I think that we do have other knockouts in the waiting that we who kind of deserve those flowers already. But you know, if we're bringing her back, we're bringing her back. But like we've said in the comments today on our show about the summer of Rosemary and stuff like that, Rosemary versus Giselle, I'm all for it. That'd be a hell of a match.
Okay.
I think as well, it's just good that we've kind of got like some homegrown talents, if you will, some TNA homegrowns to fight each other in the future. I just reckon that would be a better shout than having like a ex-WWE or someone else coming in and taking the limelight.
It's interesting you say that. I mean, Giselle Shaw obviously has been on the roster now for a couple of years, and has been sort of kind of in the, you know, the upper echelon of the knockouts division for some time. She had a couple of title shots already. She was, you know, obviously she was the were they? I can't remember if she was a tag champ or not now. She was,
no, she wasn't. She did challenge for it, but she never did win it.
Okay, so she's sort of been the bridesmaid quite a lot, I think.
Yeah,
and she is a hell of a wrestler. I saw her for the
it's why everything broke down between Savannah Evans and Giselle Shaw and Jay Vidal, because they didn't win the knockouts tag titles, and so she just fired them both.
That's right. So, you know, I saw Giselle perform for the very, very first time at a Wrestle Carnival show about 3 years ago. And she wasn't signed to TNA. She wasn't signed anywhere at that point. And then I saw something, and I was like, man, she would be great. I had no idea that she had ties to Scott at that time. I mean, obviously, Giselle is Scott's partner, and I didn't have any inkling that was the case at all back then. From what I can gather, it was a case of Scott was like, right, get out there, you know, and prove yourself and get the experience under your belt. And, you know, if when you're ready, you know, we'll get you in the knockouts division. And so that's what she did. She went out, and I'll tell you what, at the time I was like, man, this girl, well, this knockout is great. And I was so pleased when I saw her turn up as the quintessential diva. I was like, oh, here we go. So, you know, and she's been a great wrestler in the knockouts division over the last couple of years.
Yeah. She's been one of those stars that's just got better every time she's been in a match. It's just,
and I think she deserves this kind of big kind of return feel that she's going to get. I mean, she's getting a rub from Gail in the promos. The promos are clearly George Barbosa stuff. That is, the production value of the promos are really good.
It's amazing these days, isn't it?
They're doing a great job. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with her on her return. They wouldn't be making a big deal of her if they weren't going to give her a big push. So I'm cool with it. I think it's great. And again, we've seen the progress of Kylan King online. I don't know if you've seen this, guys.
Yes, I've seen it.
She's finally been getting a little run in on the treadmills and stuff. So she's starting to get stronger and it's starting to heal. So I think it's good. I think we've got a lot going on. No. Mia, really? Don't push Giselle if you're only doing it because you fired her boyfriend. I really don't think that that's the case at all. I'm actually really looking forward to when the real reasons of Scott's departure comes out, because I have a funny feeling there might be a few people with egg on their face. But anyway, we'll see. But I think the state of the knockouts division is we need some knockouts, man. We need some knockouts. You know, I know what you're saying. We've got some stuff in there that we brought up, some homegrowns, etc. But you know, we are starting to get a little bit stale. There's so many times you can see Tasha face the same people. There's only so many times you can see Jordan face the same people.
She's facing anyone that random people at the moment. So
well, she's facing because basically there is nobody on the roster at the moment.
I want to see Rosemary get built up now and go for Jordynne Grace. That's where I want to see where things go with Rosemary.
I think I'm looking forward to what they're going to do with Rosemary. I mean, obviously,
I'm hoping it's not some wasted opportunity like they did with when they bloke Black Taurus away from Crazy Steve, or we got some pair for Crazy Steve in the end, but it could have gone completely the opposite way.
It could have done. But I think we're going to get a decent Rosemary push, and I'm looking forward.
I'm just excited to see what's happening.
Big
with
Rosemary man. Look, t-shirts on. I thought I'd wear it today. Because it was a good. They're really starting to push her. I thought I'd get on the old school Rosemary t-shirt and go for it. But yeah, that's what I feel anyway. Also, Jose the Assassin has been promoting TNA via his social media after he was said to be backstage talking to Tommy Dreamer at recent set of tapings. Now, I don't know too much about this guy's work, but from what I saw, he was just the only bit I have seen of him is being a manager for one of the guys on AEW. But I don't know whether the guy can wrestle or not. I don't know too much about him, so I'm hoping that either you guys know a little bit about this guy, or
I'm googling him.
Some of our fans in the chat do.
I haven't got a clue who the hell he is.
But he's got.
He's the former Chelsea and Manchester. Oh, it's Jose Mourinho. Sorry, wrong one.
That's the wrong one.
Oh
mate.
God! Imagine if that actually came in. Christ Almighty!
That would be. Oh man! Just boom! The lights go out and it just comes up saying this special one.
Yeah,
he just
tap
walks
in,
into
he's
the
on the
I am
mic
Jose
before.
Mourinho.
It's interesting because
He'll
I've seen this guy. This guy obviously got announced that he was doing this, that, and the other, and I then did my little search to see what on X, Twitter, whatever you call it, and I was already following him, so there must have been at some point something he was doing which made me want to follow him. So, but he's got quite a lot of followers. I mean, it's several. I mean, he's in the like 20,000-30,000 mark, I think. So I mean, he's not like he's not like a 2,000 or like me 2,500 followers or whatever. He's got a fair few thousand followers, and a lot of people seem to be interacting with him. But he's got
a hell of a network of friends by the looks of it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's interesting to see who this guy is, what he's about. If anyone in the chat has any ideas on this dude, please feel free to let us know.
From a quick Google, I think what it's probably going to do is we've got that deal with AAA or Triple R, however you want to say it. I think that could be the key to the crossover. I think he's probably going to open a few doors to some of their talents and start bringing them in.
Okay.
So,
well, he's a AAA guy, is he?
I'm just saying because like he's. I've just looked on Google at his comments and he's talking to Rush.
Yeah.
Big dude, hell of a wrestler. I thought I was hoping it was the guy that was with the Lucha Brothers who goes like Penta says in AEW, but it's not him. So
okay, no worries.
It's a different guy, but yeah, I've got to be honest. It just looks like a positive thing. If something happens with him, then only good things are going to happen from it.
It looks like we've got a new viewer there with Vincenzo.
Yeah,
man.
Is he coming to us from? I mean, that sounds Italian. Let me have a look.
Hello.
Should we Google him too?
Let's Google Vincenzo. Yeah, let's just check him out. First time seeing us, which is great. We love first time viewers. Get involved. Adam Whiteman's here as well. Good to see. Oh, Malachi. Okay, Wagman Whitman. What the hell's that? What are you talking about? Wagman Whitman.
Carry on, as you were.
Yeah. So anyway, there you go. Sunday could be the last match for Malachi Black, wrestlers for TK before he leaves. I'm kind of on
you know what? I hope that's true. I hope that's true.
What?
I hope that Malachi is leaving AEW because
agent.
I seen the card. It was on Twitter. It just kind of like popped up the card for AEW. They've got Will Ospreay tagging with Orange Cassidy. I'm just like, have you shelved him already? You signed basically the biggest independent talent in the world, and then you're going to stick him in some just binnable tag matches with some with some just stooges. It's pathetic. Anyway, I hope Malachi leaves.
We were talking about Dan Housen, weren't we, earlier? And I am so not a fan of him at all. I know Sting's a big fan, obviously. He's doing a lot of stuff with Sting in AEW, but I just don't see it. I just don't see it. To me, he's like a well. You hit the nail on the head, Craig, when you said he's like a poor man's Crazy Steve. I'm like, he just doesn't. I just doesn't do it for me. So I'm hoping. Along with it looks like I think it looks like Norris was saying. Let me just check. It was Norris. I don't.
Yeah.
Norris,
well, I called him a Timu Crazy Steve because I didn't want to call him Scheithausen.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But I think what Norris is saying, I hope we don't just start picking up all of these sort of kind of cast-offs from AEW, and we potentially sign some bigger names. I think I get what you're saying, but sometimes some of these cast-offs that haven't been particularly pushed or treated well, given the opportunity to do what they can do, are probably better than some of the big names, if you know what I mean. Like in terms of what could a Danhausen actually do? What could a Malachi Black actually do if he was given a better platform, a little bit more leeway, that type of thing? What could these guys do if they weren't in AEW? This is my thing. And I think that, our creative side of things, and the way that we approach that creative in TNA is a much more healthier way
than what AEW's offering,
than what they're doing, and how we bring out the talent, how we bring out the stories, how we bring out the best in what we have and the wrestlers that we have. We make our wrestlers the dogs.
Well, look at Nick Nemeth. He was only he came in, reinvented himself, and he's now gone to Japan and become a massive global sensation there. He was already popular from WWE, but he spent well over 10 years at the bottom of the barrel and then shoved over to NXT. And basically, after that one run as world champion, he never got pushed back up to the top, which was insulting in my eyes, because he was someone like a multi-time world champion and headlining WrestleMania for a hell of a lot more than John Cena should be doing. And this guy's like, and he's come out of WWE, gone to TNA, and just exploded. He's almost done like the Joe Hendry effect.
Okay. I know what you're saying. No one is as good as Joe Hendry, though, and of course, when you mention his name,
I believe in Joe Hendry.
He appears. So there you go. Okay, I just want to take it back a little bit. So Jake Christ, my buddy Jake Christ, he has his own docu kind of behind the scenes video available on the IWTV channel. Well worth a watch to support him as he continues to make the world see they've been sleeping on him for 20 years.
Yeah, I saw the trailer to this morning, and even that had me thinking about some of the stuff he's talked to us about, all the shit he's gone through and how he's rebuilt himself. And in my eyes, he is one of the most overlooked wrestlers out there, and he is a living legend.
He is a living legend. It's never got the flowers he deserves, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Like that's one guy that, I've said it before on this show. I've said it to him as well. He inspired me to kind of make changes and go sober, because he's gone sober, and you look at the shape that he's in now. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to get in that shape. I know that much, but for someone to be at that level and just kind of go, right, that's it, and recreate themselves. As we said before as well, we missed the golden draw. If there's a way for him to come back into TNA, then roll out that red carpet. TNA needs Jake Christ in my eyes.
I think he would be amazing. And actually, I think you're right. I think maybe, could you imagine the shape that he's in now doing the golden draw gimmick? I think he'd be great.
Yeah. That'd be incredible.
I think it'd be great. Bring the golden draw
just
back.
Imagine it there,
as he is now.
Do you know what? I'd like Jake Christ to come in and get rid of PCO.
Yeah.
No,
they need him for Montreal. We'll get to that in a minute. Now, I was talking about this earlier on the socials over the last couple of days. Who is going to rise to face and, of course, derail and create the demise of the system? Because the system have obviously come in. They are almost like the the pinnacle of the machine, the system. You can't beat the system, kind of thing. Okay, they're up there. That's what they are. They're the system. So it means that the people that come in and derail them has to be almost anti-system. So I put a suggestion that bring back DCC. I mean, maybe not necessarily the Death Crew clan specifically, but the idea around that is kind of like Anon, Anonymous, which is the whole kind of like anti-system, kind of thing. Well, actually,
ICU was.
Yeah, like that type of stuff. Yeah, so actually, maybe it's Sammy bringing ICU back, because that never fulfilled where it was going because the pandemic hit, if you remember.
Yeah.
It started to build some momentum. We have loads of people turning up with those masks on and shit in Vegas. It all started to kick off, and then all of a sudden
fucking 2020 happened.
It was done. All of a sudden it was done. It started to get good. So maybe ICU is what we need. We need Sammy leading the anti-system. Maybe that's it. They could be called the anti-system.
Mike Santana's another one I could see going through, because he said his post-match when he arrived back at Rebellion, he's here to take anyone's spot in TNA. So he's going to go for the system, and whether or not he or I can see him definitely go. One guy who was in the back of my mind when the system all came together was Frankie Kazarian, but I didn't expect this heel turn to come from him. But I could still see him being one of the guys to take something from the system as well, and then or Steve Macklin.
Yeah. Okay. And what do you think, Craig?
Sorry, I was distracted. I was trying to catch up with the chat. I think go wrestling. I've completely zoned out. Sorry.
Nick Nemeth was one that I did. That is still a likely candidate too. But now that he's got a lot of stuff in Japan building up, would it be right if Nick Nemeth was to do it? It should have been done around about Rebellion, But then a slow build is what everyone wanted to see when he came in. No one wanted to see him jump straight for the world title and take it off of Moose, which everyone really thought was going to be happening at Rebellion. So
I have a feeling that we're going to see the Nemeth brothers together, and they'll be going for tag titles.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But like I said, from me, when you've built up a fact in the way you've built them up, then takes them out has to be the exact opposite to what they are. Right.
Yeah. So that's why Nick and Ryan are the exact opposite of Myers and Eddie Edwards. And
it has to be the exact opposite to what the system is as a faction, as a storyline. I think that's all I was trying to say. So it doesn't necessarily, like I said, I'm not saying bring DCC back or nothing like that. I'm not saying the IC. I'm just saying that is the style. Oh, don't get me wrong. I thought that DCC never hit the ground. It never.
No, Billy Corgan dropped the ball with that one. That was building something, and then Billy Corgan fucked it up, and
it just suddenly stopped. Didn't it?
Sorry, I thought you were on about Devon County Council. I thought you were
they're just
going to get a few grass trimmers and paint some lines and maybe some road close signs and stuff like that. A few diversions.
We don't want,
I'm
pretty sure we don't want Devon County Council getting involved in wrestling.
Well, who knows?
You never know. But however, like you say, that'd be one hell of a death match if we started to get lawnmowers and strimmers involved.
Everyone thought pizza cutters and railway spikes and Lego was bad enough. And
do you know what? I reckon it'd be brilliant. We should get Devon County Council in for the next time that PCO, the lights go dark and he's just laid there, but there's no one around him because Devon County Council can't do it for 14 to 28 days. Just leave him there. Just don't start him. Just leave him there.
They just cone everything off. The lights go off. Everything's been coned off, and nobody can get near the ring. That's it. Sorry, guys. No more impact for at least a month. That would be interesting. Hey, John. Nice to see you, my man. Nice to see you. Right. Okay. Slammiversary week giveaways, and of course, PCO has been promoting Montreal Slammiversary. Now, listen. There's a lot going on now. They really started the promotion nice and early. I don't think I've ever known them start the promotion for a pay-per-view this early. I think they know they have to because they're talking about trying to fill up a 4,000 venue. I think they can do it if they put the time and the effort and the money into it. They've got the right people. I mean, tomorrow it's been announced that they're going to be doing a press pass at 3 p.m. I'm going to try and get in on that. They're going to be releasing some Slam tickets. Obviously, the release of the Slam tickets is this weekend. So we've had, giveaways every day this week so far. I think Friday they're giving away 4 front row tickets or something, which should be interesting. We've got tomorrow, we've got some sort of TNA goodie bag going on. I don't know, all stuff like that. So we've got stuff going on to promote that. We've got PCO doing interviews on French speaking Montreal chat shows. Yeah, so they seem to be going for it. I've also noticed, we noticed, didn't we, Joe, that they've been advertising for street teams for some of the other cities like Chicago, Philadelphia. Was one of them. I think Atlanta was another one. So they are starting to sort of kind of like, really up the ante a little bit more. Of course, the street teams being the old school method, which works. So if the wheel runs, don't change it. So I think they're doing loads of good stuff at the moment. I mean, I know you're not the PCO's biggest fan, Craig, but he's definitely got his
he
value.
Likes that one tit though.
Yeah, he does like his left.
Oh yeah, left tit's out for everyone. Yeah, whip him out.
But he has his value. He has his value, and you can't deny that. But so tomorrow, the press pass is going to have PCO and Mike Bailey on.
Wow.
So, and of course, somebody mentioned in the chat earlier that although Jinder Mahal obviously is of Indian descent, he's actually a Canadian.
Yeah.
So to have him debut at Slammiversary,
that would be incredible.
In his home country would be pretty cool, right?
Yeah, and Natalia obviously being Canadian too. If she could make an appearance there, that would be incredible.
There you go.
Although if we could get Rosemary and Jordynne Grace at Slammiversary, Rosemary is from Canada too.
All these amazing Canadian wrestlers, and of course,
imagine if we had the leader of Team Canada come back.
No, can you imagine? he comes back with Natty, Josh Alexander, by his side. That would be interesting.
Jody Fett decides to take Danny Lynn with her.
Of course, Jody Fett as well. Yeah. Oh, these Canadians, there's quite a few of them.
Yeah.
So it all sounds very, very promising for Slammiversary. Let's hope that when they release those tickets, or sales of those tickets, we get a nice little influx of tickets being bought for the first, in the first week or so. And then obviously, as always, I'm sure we'll get that slow burn until the last week or so. And then all of a sudden we'll get a load more sales like we always seem to do for TNA. But it's good to see that the effort is being put into the marketing, to the advertising. It's good to see they're trying to get street teams involved to get the word out there as well. So they're doing all that they can at the minute. I mean, I still believe they need to be spending a lot more on advertising during other wrestling promotions shows, during the commercial breaks, etc., to get eyes on the product. I believe, my friend. I believe.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
You walked into that one.
I think it's all going well. I don't know what your guys' thoughts in the chat. You're not saying too much at the minute, so come on.
I think they're a bit lost.
They are a bit lost. I don't know what Craig's reading because I can read that chat in about 3 seconds. But anyway, he's reading.
I'm still trying to have a look at Jose the Destroyer or Jose Mourinho. I still can't figure out which one it is.
Jose the Assassin.
That's the one. All I've got is a picture of Jose Mourinho's ass. So I've typed like something wrong with it.
I don't think anybody needs that. Yeah. All right. Yeah, let's have a chat about Xplosion. So Xplosion kicked off with a TNA Plus from the Vault, Jeff Jarrett versus Christian. We then went to Gia
Great
Miller.
match.
Yeah, we did. It was a good match, actually. Yeah, it was. We then went to Gia Miller, of course, who went around the ring with Trey Miguel. We had a recap, of course, in case you missed it, with the 8-on-8 Champions Challenge. And then we had the Xplosion main event, which was a guy called Steve Gibki. Now, I've never seen this guy before, so if anybody knows this guy, let us know a bit about him. What I did see was he's a big dude, big, strong dude. So that's interesting.
He was so impressive.
Yeah,
really, really impressive. That was a great match against
obviously that was
KUSHIDA.
versus KUSHIDA. And again, it was a really good match. It went on, they had a good 10-15 minute run. KUSHIDA eventually defeats him, as you would expect. And as he's walking up the ramps, though, as KUSHIDA's walking up ramps backstage, it's clear he's feeling a little bit unwell. He sort of kind of drops to his knees and then starts spitting black ink out. So obviously we've got some stuff going on. Where
we picked up on that the other week, didn't we?
Yeah, we picked up on
about,
that. Why have you kicked Miro?
Oh, he wanted to go into timeout.
So they've actually gone with it. I'm like,
he wanted to go to timeout, so I put him in timeout.
What did he want to go into?
Oh, he's getting fed off of Joe Hendry, so he doesn't believe. So 10 minutes in the timeout.
Fair. I'm down with it.
Chill and let everyone have joy.
Yes, just a bit of fun. It's just a bit of fun, mate. Calm down. It's just wrestling. So anyway, so we talked about that. We know there's something going down. Obviously, we're thinking that maybe we're going to get a faction of octopuses.
Could that be the one? Could he, Jonathan Gresham, be the one to take the system down?
Wow, could he
at least like poke the system and start to break them down?
I've noticed it on the socials. He's just called himself Ink. What if he called it? What if he, called back a Ink Incorporated? What if he called them back?
I've never heard of them.
You've not heard of Ink Incorporated?
No.
Oh my God!
I
Trey,
know.
You must know Ink Ingar. No.
No, radio silence from everyone.
Radio silence from Craig. Radio silence from Craig. You've never heard of it?
Yeah, sorry. I think the signal went. No, was that tag team?
Hello.
Yeah.
Shannon Moore and that other guy.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes. Shannon Moore and the punk guy that had the Mohican, and they were just both covered in tats, weren't they? Ink. So I was saying,
worst headshot ever. He got a bollocking for that as well. He just didn't put his hands up or nothing.
What are you talking about? We've definitely got a lag going on here.
Sorry, my signal's gone completely mad here.
Anyway,
I was on about.
I think Mear's having his revenge. So he's attacking Craig.
I think ICU's getting involved. So anyway, and good day, J-Bone. Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Courtney's arrived too.
Oh, Courtney's here. We're still live, Courtney. And it's good to see you. Now, I hear you're going to be joining us live from the top of the show as of next week. So that's going to be fantastic. We'll be looking forward to seeing that. I think you've walked into some lag on internet. I think that's what
you've walked into lag. You've walked into Joe Hendry taking over the impacted zone.
Yeah,
we all believe
impacted zone. That's new. The impacted zone. We've not used that before.
Because we all believe.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yes, we got it in again. Loving life. Anyway, right, let's get stuck into Impact review.
Okay, let's get on with the show. Because
review, more like a recap. It's more like a recap. We're gonna have
got a plot somewhere.
Somewhere along the line there is a plot. Yeah, Mir was a little bit naughty. He was having a pop at all of our fun that we've been having with Hendrymania. Wasn't happy about it at all because he's not a fan. So he's not a fan of Joe. So and he didn't like the fact that we've been having fun with that tonight. So he got a bit mouthy and he had to be kicked out for 10 minutes. And we'll see if he comes back. You never know. Right.
If not, check that I've actually set the right bloody thing, because I'm pretty sure I did. It was the 10-minute ban, not the
full ban, not the full forever ban. Okay, good.
Yeah,
right.
But
okay, let's get into
check it if it's not J-Bone, because I honestly don't want to beat someone up for no reason like that. It's just stupid.
Yeah, I agree. Right, okay. So let's have a chat. Let's have a little recap from Impact last week. Is he joining us? Is Limpstar Craig UK, or should I say TNAJ Craig Francis, or Tracy, as he likes to say, Craig Tracy, AJ Tracy, whatever. Anyway, the show kicked off with Xia Brookside versus Ash By Elegance. This, for me, was one of those typical pantomime matches. But in the end, Ash picks up the victory to win her bejeweled brass knucks. After the match, Ash demands Xia puts the bejeweled knucks on her hand personally. And, of course, Xia replied by putting them on and knocking Ash out cold.
Xia Brookside made the ultimate meme of the week during that. That was sold absolutely brilliantly, and the internet just exploded with me. Even one of the guy, one of my friends, John. I think it's Jonathan Malkick. His name is.
Yeah.
He made this video of that song that goes, "Mama's gonna knock you out, bitch." Xia Brookside just fucking Ash By Elegance, and he's falling flat on her back. And,
fell down like a sack.
Yeah.
And it looks like she definitely made contact as well.
Yeah, she busted her lip.
Yeah.
She's got a massive bruise on her lip, and Xia Brookside's just been playing off of that, and it's been brilliant to see the back and forth between the two of them. Oh my god, it was a cracking shot to say the least.
It was an absolute cracker. It was an absolute cracker. Okay, so we had all that going on. I'm sure that's not going to be the end of what's going on with these guys. But I thought it was a fun segment. The match was okay. It wasn't particularly, but like I said, it's one of those. It's more of a story-driven, pantomime style match.
Hopefully, pushing things along because I think Xia Brookside then got called out by somebody else or something after the match. So anyway, I can see her stepping up to someone too. That'll be interesting.
Definitely. Right, Craig, can you hear me?
Craig, are you there? Or
no, he's frozen.
Yeah,
he's definitely frozen.
Connected to my mobile hotspot.
Okay, so you're back. Good.
Really?
Good. Glad you're back. Are you back? Or you're not back.
Yeah, he's there. I can see him waving. So
back. It seems to be running fine on my end.
Good. Okay. Yes, you're there.
Good. Okay, we then get a promo video from Rosemary, sort of explain the Havoc's indefinite leave, and that she has, she has to sort of kind of go it alone. Basically, she's now left alone, and she's got no bunny. And I saw the reference to the bunny was in there, and then of course no Havoc, and she's all alone, and she's going to be reborn in a new, in her new suit or whatever. Yeah. Great vignette as always. I love Rosemary vignettes. I think it helps that Rosemary is very photogenic, and she's so fully engrossed in her character. That it's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I love this. What did you think, Craig? Did you enjoy it?
Absolutely loved it. Like, I'm totally biased about Rosemary. Like, everything she does, she's just, when we first went to that rebrand of TNA, when they went to that lake, seeing her when she's putting the face paint back on, I thought, don't get me wrong, loved her as Courtney Rush. It's great that she's got that creative side and stuff like that, but the fact that she was going back to Rosemary, or one of Rosemary, if you will, because I think there's about 8, isn't there?
7 deadly sins of Rosemary.
7, there we go.
7 deadly meat suits.
This is what I like, because there's another Rosemary fan who gets what I'm on about with Rosemary, so it's like the fact that we've got her in TNA, let her do what the hell she wants. And the fact that there was that vignette as well, the level of that, like we said about Giselle Shaw's earlier, the level, the quality of it as well. I was just like, right, I'm engrossed. What's she going to be doing? I don't care if she just takes PCO on and starts zapping him herself. Whatever she does, I'm going to be all in favor for. She's absolutely brilliant.
It's interesting because the interview that I did with Rosemary back the tail end last year, I asked her about PCO. So it's interesting you mentioned PCO, and she did say that he'd make a wonderful playmate. I'd like to. I think Rosemary and PCO would be interesting actually.
It's like I've watched the interview or something, isn't it?
It is, yes. But anyway, Santino talks to Kushida, asking if he's doing okay after Gresham's attack. Kushida explains that he was sick, but has recovered. Santino then shares that he too was ill for a whole week after his encounter with Gresham. Kushida reassures Santino that he's ready and fit for his match tomorrow on Xplosion. Of course, we just talked about Xplosion. After the match, he starts coughing up ink, etc. Now, I'm going to say this, and I said that this is what they need to do with Xplosion. They need to make people need to watch Xplosion.
Yeah.
By kind of almost playing out some parts of stories on Xplosion. So that if you don't watch that, then you don't necessarily, you sort of kind of miss little things. So they're doing. I think they're doing it right. They're doing exactly what they should be doing. But there you go. I think we're gonna see some kind of transformation.
I totally agree with you. But I think
really
they had that match as well before, didn't they? When they had Josh Alexander versus TJP for the last man standing, and it started on there and overlapped into the Impact episode, which I think we should definitely do something like that again with Xplosion.
Yeah, there is a possibility of doing stuff like that. That'd be interesting. Alan Angels, then we get versus Leon Slater, of course, the UK sensation. Was a great match.
Incredible.
It really showcased both young guys, what they can sort of kind of do. But eventually, Leon picks up the win. But the ref during the match, who was the same guy at the ref Gresham match on Under Siege, also had issues with coughing up black ink. So again, we're building in some story stuff with regards to Gresham. So there's a lot of stuff being built in there. At the end, Con then storms into the ring and viciously snaps Alan Angel's neck. I tell you what, this dude should be in prison, mate. The amount of necks he gets snaps these days.
If he actually did anything, he's just rubbing their chin and stroking their head.
Oh, their neck's broken. Anyway,
just
Slater
give him a hug.
Slater quickly spins around, only to be grabbed by the throat by Con. Slater struggles free and clotheslines Con, sending him crashing out of the ring. See, that's wrong. There's no way Leon Slater could have done that to Con. But anyway, out of the ring, enraged Con grabs a security guard, snapping his neck again, while screaming at Slater from the ramp.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a storyline none of us can get behind. So should we not talk about it?
I'll give it one bit of credit. Right, I want Leon Slater to retire Con. There we go.
There you go.
No, I'm looking forward to seeing that. It's actually giving Leon Slater a big some sort of platform to go off of now. He's made his debut and he's made his first impressions and blown everybody away.
Yeah.
And it could have gone with either Leon Slater versus Alan Angels in a series of matches, but we don't know what Alan Angels is doing most of the time. But seeing as
he's a front man.
Yeah, seeing it as Colin at the moment is also someone who's lacking any direction or anything. It gives them
talking about? He's the baddest man in TNA.
Well,
he's the worst.
He's the baddest man for the wrong reasons. He's losing all the time. He's not the baddest man because he's the most feared. He's losing all the time.
He's professional wrestler on the TNA roster. That's what
I
I mean.
want that on a t-shirt.
Baddest wrestler.
Seriously, it'll be a good back and forth, almost David versus Goliath type rivalry. Leon Slater is still the underdog because he's the new guy, and Con, despite losing all those losses to PCO, is still some big, strong powerhouse who you don't expect Leon Slater to have a fair fight against. And it'll make, if if they can get the right chemistry in the ring, it'll be an interesting storyline to carry forward, and it gives, like I said, Leon Slater the next step up before he goes for a title or something.
So, do you think that the next type of Mania will be Leon Slater Mania rather than Joe Hendrymania?
I can see it happening.
Yeah,
You
I
reckon?
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But right now, we
Although
still believe.
I would say
I believe in Joe Hendry.
so I would say, like, just throwing it out there, I reckon that Leon Slater would be a pretty decent recruit to a certain Swan and AJ Francis. I reckon if he went with them, then that would be quite a good, like, a faction building up there.
So you think he's first class? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, definitely first class, and then maybe he can join them on trying to get that. What's that Scottish wrestler called with the guitar that keeps dissing him? What's he called? Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. I almost forgot his name for a minute. Okay, so Gabby Laspisa welcomes Jake Something to the stage and asks him what something means. Jake explains that it was a response to people saying he would never amount to anything. And he built himself from the ground up to become something. Gabby clarifies that she's not implying anything, but Jake starts to get angry, accusing her of mocking him. He insists he didn't lose his last match. Deaner did because of the people. Just then, Cody Deaner's music hits. Deaner comes out and says to the people, Jake is mad at me. Jake is mad at our connection from the past. Deaner reassures Jake that the people in the impact zone are with him. And that Deaner is with him too. Jake reminds Deaner that he hasn't forgotten how he left him to join Violent by Design. Deaner apologizes, explaining he was on a dark path, but emphasizes that Jake Something will always be a Deaner. Despite this, Jake flattens Deaner with a clothesline, stating he is not a Deaner. Okay, so what are your thoughts on where the fuck is this Gabby Laspisa come from? Why is Gia Miller not doing this shit? I thought, to be fair, I thought she was okay, but one of the things I find strange about her is when stuff sort of kind of like kicks off, she just sort of kind of stands there smiling.
Yeah, Gia Miller reacts.
She doesn't really react and get involved in it. She's quite good at the questioning bit.
Yeah.
But not so good at the whole lot. Because at that point, surely she should be sort of kind of like, oh no, rather than kind of like, oh, look at that. Oh. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I'm not sure on her, but I like the link again between Cody and Jake. Was a massive fan of Wrestle House. I'd love to see it. I would love to see them.
I want a high production version of that would be great.
No, keep it low. Like, do it on a GoPro for all I care. It was hilarious for all the wrong reasons. But like, honestly, just having the Deaners, like,
I love this match.
We need steamy Chris Saban. That's what we need. Steamy Chris Saban.
That was brilliant.
Now we could have steamy Ryan Nemeth, couldn't we? That's what we have. He goes by the Hunk or whatever it is, isn't it? The Hollywood Hunk.
I think like having the Deaners reunite and try and do something, because like Cody's been around forever as well, and like I like, don't get me wrong, it is a bit circus act the way he's coming out. Is this what the people want and stuff like that? But it's good. Like it's more of like a live show thing. Do you know what I mean? Rather than like a TV viewing. Like, I do like the direction it's going in, and I would like to see it continue. Whether or not Jake kind of turns face and goes like silly with Cody, I don't know, but I reckon that there is a decent storyline there.
I'm sure that's not going to happen. I'm pretty certain Jake's going to kick the shit out of his brother.
It's just Jake Summers just basically making a statement. You only got to look at his Twitter feed. He's like Destroyer. He's always got to say about himself. He's made it clear like he is not the part of the Dinas. The Dinas are dead to him.
Well,
You know,
what
he
happened
is,
at
he,
that
he
point?
is his own man. He
But
is
what
making
happened? What happened at that point was Mike Bailey stepped up and said, "I thought we were friends." Clearly not. Clearly not at that point.
I thought we were
okay.
friends.
According to Gia Miller, funny enough, talking about Mike Bailey, Gia Miller was interviewing Mike Bailey and Trent Seven, asking how they feel about facing off next week on TNA IMPACT. Despite being a team, both agreed that they have reached a crossroads, and that crossroads is next week when Trent the Seventh takes on the Ball of Speed Clash in the ring. Anyway,
Wonderful.
It was going to be wonderful. So, interestingly enough, I thought this was actually quite a good little promo. I thought wonderful promo. We'll talk about the word wonderful and stuff like that in a second. In what was a great match of ups and downs on both sides, Frankie Kazarian picks up a hard-fought victory over Steve Macklin. I just want to gloss through that one a little bit. It was a good match. It was a really, really good match.
Yeah.
But it was nothing that I wasn't expecting. For me, it was probably one of the match of the night, to be fair. Like the one-on-one match, it was a match of the night. I thought it was really good. I just hate seeing Steve Macklin lose. It's pissing me off.
Yeah, I know.
The dude's just fucking signed and he keeps losing. Okay, but he's an absolute fucking powerhouse.
Again, this is why I could see him being one of the guys to take the system down. But he was not going babyface, but literally just going right. So much is going wrong for me. Fuck it, I'm gonna go for everybody and just literally tear.
It's funny you say that, Joe, because like with the kind of gimmick that Steve Macklin has with the Punisher, that would make sense for him to go for the system. To just run through them, maybe pick them off and stuff like that. I'd love to see that, to be fair.
I loved it. Now, I don't know whether you were watching the show when Steve Macklin first came in, but I remember saying to the lads at the time, Joe and I'm going, like, can you not see that this guy's character is, and this was before he put face paint on or any of that kind of crap. And I'm like, he's like the Punisher. Can you not see it? It was weird. It was only because at that time I'd literally just finished watching The Punisher on I think it was Disney Plus or something. Brilliant.
I've never seen it.
Pucker.
Go watch it.
I have finished the Fallout TV series, and that is fucking good.
So I'd say, right, go watch Punisher,
and then brilliant.
Go watch Punisher, and then go watch Daredevil. Because weirdly, the best part of Punisher is in Daredevil. I won't say any more.
Okay, cool. But that TV series of The Punisher, the recent one, was fucking so good. I loved it. And I could so see that influence in Steve Macklin. I kept saying it. I kept saying this Punisher gimmick is fucking brilliant. And I loved it. And it's sort of kind of moved on a little bit, but he's still the same kind of character. He's still that kind of Punisher character.
Yeah.
But maybe you're right, see, now thinking about it, maybe he is the guy to create this anti-system, to take on the system. Maybe he is the guy.
And he's still got that history of Moose as well. There's still that tension between him and Moose from last year is still there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, if he could somehow get on Sami Callihan's good side, or Sami can somehow get on his side, they would tear a hole through the entire division.
Can you imagine?
And of course, the reason Macklin lost, Mir's just reminded me. Welcome back, Mir. Of course, it was the Rascals. Helped Kaz get the victory over Macklin. But either way, it was still a loss, and that's what goes down in the book. Anyway, once that was done, we then cut to a clip of Gail Kim talking to Giselle Shaw, encouraging her that losing one match shouldn't make her want to quit. Gail reassures Giselle that she's there to guide her. Giselle asks where, and Gail simply says home. Giselle takes Gail's hand, and the screen fades. So, they're definitely pushing Giselle here. And they were doing it before she disappeared off the scene with Gail. So they've got plans. And Gail is guiding her in the right direction by looks
Yeah.
at it.
I think she will be the one to dethrone Jordynne Grace. I did say that before she lost out. I think the next Knockouts champion will be Giselle Shaw after Jordynne Grace.
I'm not against that.
No,
It's looking to go that way, but now they're really like Giselle Shaw's resetting her character basically. She's going to come back in with a different attitude, still the quintessential diva, but with not with Jay Vidal behind her and relying on Savannah Evans and all
just
that.
Not with that kind of like what's the word?
Third party.
Entitled. Just not with that entitled kind of attitude.
Yeah.
I think you're right. We then cut to Tom Hannafan, where he's continuing his one-on-one chat with Mike Santana, talking about his addictions and his issues and how he does and why he decided to come back. It was discussing about his daughter and stuff like that. He actually was crying, which I thought was a nice touch. But he maybe was genuinely crying.
I think it was genuine. Yeah,
I think
I don't think that was that weren't an easy topic for him to talk about. To be fair, but that's another wrestler like we said about Jake Crist earlier and Mike Santana as well. To go sober in that sort of environment takes a hell of a lot of willpower. So hearing his story and that I was a Santana fan anyway, but that just raised the profile. It's just like brilliant. Do you know what I mean? Push that message out there.
And it's great to see how much promotion he's given TNA as well. So that's good to see. We then get the 8 versus 8 Champions Challenge. And we finish the entrances off. And of course, we then get the Joe Hendry pushing Hendrymania.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
That was just for you, Mayor. And the match was a lot of fun, but as always,
I want to see the full match though, uncut, like on YouTube, because there was so much of this that I would love to have seen. I'd love to see what Eric Young had done in the match. And
there was lots of good stuff. There was lots of good stuff going on. Now, the reason what I was talking about with the wonderful stuff, right? Matt Hardy in this match was brilliant, right? If you were paying attention to what was going on in the ring, you need to watch it again.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
A lot of the stuff that was going on outside the ring, especially Matt Hardy. You need to watch.
Wonderful.
The amount of times he was stood on the ring post going, "Wonderful, wonderful."
Matt Hardy and Sami Callihan were really getting the fans going throughout the entire match outside.
Every time. I think who was in when I saw it the most? Ryan Nemeth.
Yeah.
So obviously Ryan Nemeth was in there, and he was proper on the thing, giving Ryan Nemeth some lots of that going. Delete. Lots of that going on. Lots of wonderfuls.
Wonderful.
Great. I thought for me that was some of the best bits of the match. There was some. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was some great interaction, some great wrestling going on.
I like when Mustafa Ali got pissed off and left. That was brilliant too.
Yeah, that happened.
I could have seen the system cause friction between everybody, and I thought I was honestly expecting like the entire rest of their team to walk off, but I'm glad it was just like Mustafa Ali, because he's the one that is like all self-entitled. And so,
I'll be honest, I will throw it out there and just say, like, I felt much like Mustafa when it got towards the end of the match. That's one of the worst endings I've seen to a TNA or an Impact or a GFW in all the times that I've watched it. It was so, like, I'm gonna say it was just shit. It was just terrible. It was
the ending wasn't great.
Rummaging through the bag, I'm like, come on, man! Like, you're taking forever.
The match was good. You were talking about the end of the show.
The match, brilliant.
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah, like I just mean, just building up to that bit. I'm like, oh my God.
I felt the same.
The match.
Okay, so we got to the end of the match. Obviously, they're in the ring celebrating, and then obviously PCO, it goes dark. PCO's music hits. He's brought out onto the stage. He's brought back to life, as always. So he could enter the ring, and I literally written here, after rummaging through his bag, he eventually comes across a black rose and hands it to Steph DeLander, obviously Craig's squeeze.
Is it exactly your woman?
Yeah, which
I'll fight him. I'll lose, but I'll fight him.
which of course she
You
eventually
can give him a leg twister. That'll
nipple twister. That's it. Give him a nipple twister on his left tit. Which of course she eventually accepts the Black Rose. And of course, everyone applauses. Yeah, I liked all the reactions of the people, like the rest of the ring. They were like, and stuff like that. I thought it was brilliant. But
Sammy was just like, "What the fuck is he doing here?"
Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. PCO and Steph Delander, lovely couple of the year. Wonderful. I don't know.
The thing is, right? That I'm gonna shit on the whole parade because like I don't know how many of our listeners and stuff like that they watch MLW, but she's done the same storyline with Mance Warner, and seeing that because I've already seeing it with PCO, I'm like, it's just, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if Steph's gone, hey, I've got a great idea, guys, and like all the TNA staff have gone, oh yeah, that's a great idea, and then she's just gone like quick, gone on the computers and block MLW or something. But it's just like it was great with Mance Warner because Mance Warner's fucking great, but like with PCO, who's like French Canadian Frankenstein and that, like limited English. What's he going to be like? Like just where are we going with this? Like
don't love.
Mia, the answer is no.
You don't believe in true love? Is that what you're saying?
No, I believe in Joe Hendry, and that's all I believe in.
I agree. I agree with that one. I certainly believe in Joe Hendry. Hendrymania is running wild on TNI.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
See, why can't we get Joe Hendry to come in, flatten people?
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Caught me out then. Run off with Steph Delander, write her a song, give her some proper roses, and just steal the jump leads from PCO startup.
So we can come back to life.
That's it.
Okay, that would be a good one, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Secret writer, just call me up, TNA, if you need writing.
That's it.
Scripts
If you want to beat PCO, all you've got to do is steal his jump leads.
Yeah,
that's it. Because he can't wrestle then.
You're just laid there going, you
would have thought Con would have thought of that though, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If you're in a no disqualification match and he's on the ramp, take out all the doctors and then you've won the match. So you got to just roll the trolley into the ring and pin him.
Just wait on the ramp for them to come out, kick the shit out of the doctors, and just leave him led there.
Just rub their chins.
Just put your hand over his chest. 1, 2, 3. Job done.
We've completely decimated every TNA storyline going today.
That's the power of hindsight.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, it's Eli. Nice to see Eli. Joined today. Hello, buddy. We don't see you live very often, bud. I know that you're a big fan of the show, and I know that you share all of our stuff. So thanks for joining us. It's nice to see you.
Thanks, man.
Now,
I do think Slammiversary selling out is definitely going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen on Saturday, though. I don't think they're going to sell 5,000 seats in one day. But
it will happen. They will sell out by the time we get to Slammiversary, and probably the first night of tapings as well.
I hope so. I really hope so. I think it'd be great if they did. I really do. I think it'd be great. I know that even if they don't sell out the second night, I think whatever they do on the first night will help people turn up for the next night and fill the place up again. I hope anyway. Because I always believe that, if you get those bums in those seats, you get people watching the live shows, they'll go away fans. Because what our wrestlers and what we do is so good. But that's what I believe anyway.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
You can't even say believe without him clicking that down.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
So anyway, Impact then goes off air. Absolutely. Now, guys, please take the time.
Don't worry, Steve's back next week. Don't worry.
Okay, good. Please take the time to share and like today's show, guys. Help us to promote TNI and, of course, TNA to the masses. It's important. If you share everything, we are the biggest, the best, I should say. We are the best TNA-related channel.
Wonderful!
We are the most wonderful TNA whatever show on the planet. We are.
It's got to that point. We're like, yep.
I'm just trying not to say anything, just in case we get something bashed in there.
You've got to believe.
We do believe. That's the thing. We do believe.
Of course, it's they're into the bloody thing, so I'm not going to spoil up in time now. I'll leave it.
Okay, good. Okay, let's have a little look forward to this Thursday's Impact. So we've got advertised Jody Threat versus Tasha Steelz.
Nice.
I'm a huge fan of Jody Threat. I think she's fantastic. I used to like Tasha. I'm now more into Jody Threat. So come on, Jody, get the victory.
Do you know what? Who's going to win that match then? You want Jody to win? Because I want Tasha to win.
Why?
Because
why though?
Because
why do you want
Tasha's
Tasha
better? That's why.
No, she's
Because
not.
Tasha's better. Yep, she was champion as well, wasn't she?
Yep.
Yeah, she's the greatest. The greatest.
Well, this exactly that. So you ain't going to beat her. You're not going to beat her.
Ever since then, she's become the loser of the losers.
Yeah, maybe it's a contract thing. I just, I love to see Steelz, and hopefully she comes back and gets the win. But at the same time, I don't know. That match to me,
as she comes down the ramp.
100%. That is exactly the only reason why. You know me well. But no, I think that match. I'm going to say that's going to be a do not finish. I think that there's a storyline emerging there somehow. Someone's going to intervene or something will happen.
Yeah,
I like the online social media vignette that was put out there on how this match came about. It was Lars giving Tasha and Danny a pep talk. Did you see it or not?
No, I have not
seen that. I'll have a look in a minute.
Lars Fredrickson was giving him a pep talk, and then he sort of said, like, this is what we're going to do, and he said, I've set you up with match with Tasha Steelz, blah blah blah. So it's all about kind of like giving Jody that sort of kind of kickstart. Again, they lost the titles, they're feeling a bit down, blah blah blah. Go and check it out. It's a really good vignette. And Lars Fredrickson can really talk. I give him his due. He's brilliant. I'm really glad they brought him in. Okay, then we've got Matt Hardy and, of course, the Hollywood hunk Ryan Nemeth taking on the system of Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers.
Wonderful!
Yes! Green beans for everyone!
That was so brilliant. That was one of the best things they ever did with the Broken Hardys was the green beans on trick or treating. That made me laugh so hard.
Green beans for everyone. So it'd be interesting. I think that match's going to be pretty good. I think we're going to get to see Ryan Nemeth go some in that one. I think they're going to really showcase him as much as they can, with a lot of Matt Hardy going wonderful on the turnbuckle. We're going to get loads of that. I'm down with that. We then got Trent Seven versus Mike Bailey, with the winner obviously getting the X Division shot.
I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be bloody good.
From what I can gather, it was an absolute cracking match.
Yeah. The match they had before Trent Seven, that got Trent Seven signed, was incredible. And now this is, it's so great to see him. The mutual respect between them is crystal clear. So, they're both going to go full leather on each other, and it's not going to end in bad blood. It's just going to be a flat out competitive match like we want to see.
Yeah, I'm assuming that will be the headlining match, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But we've also got a returning TNA knockout in Marti Bell. She's going to be taking on Jordynne Grace, and it is going to be a knockout title match. So we're going to get a knockout title match. We're going to get the number one contender match for the X Division title. We're going to get Matt Hardy, Ryan Nemeth taking on the tag champs, the system. And we're going to get a Jody Threat versus Tasha Steelz. I'm sure there'll probably be another match. Josh Alexander. He's injured.
Yeah.
That's where
okay, fair enough. No worries.
That's why he's not been at the last couple of sets of tapings. He's injured, unfortunately. So they're just hoping he's back for Slammiversary, because it'd be awful if he's not back for Slammiversary. Because I think I think the idea was to be Moose versus Josh Alexander at Slammiversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've kind of got a Josh Alexander going on with my beard at the minute. I reckon I'm going to end up with his haircut by the end of the year as well, because I go to the barbers and it's cheaper every time I go. So
less hair each time. Okay, guys, that's about all we've got time for this week. We've gone a little bit longer than we did last week.
Wonderful.
Also, if you want to show your support for TNI UK team, please feel free to super sticker us or head over to prowrestlingtees.com/Total Nonstop Impact for some great shirts, or head over to our exclusive Spreadshirt merch store. And of course, links are all below as normal. All TNI shows are available to all you Listen on the Go fans as audio only via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your favorite shows. We are there. So you just have to go and type in @We Talk Impact and you'll find us. Where can we find you on the socials, Craig?
Well, on my socials, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Insta, and I'm on TikTok as LimpstarUK with no space in the middle. And I've recently refound my Twitter because I forgot the logins and everything, and it's just there if you're watching. It's Network Stooge on Twitter. And basically, it's just I'm dusting it off. To be fair, so I'm going to be following people and I'm just reposting everything at the minute. I saw that the TNI host J-Bone, he got retweeted by Josh Alexander with his video and kind of like quoted and everything about his match with Ishii. That was pretty cool.
That's amazing. Those matches were amazing too. Josh Alexander, they were incredible.
If you get involved in a lot of the stuff on Twitter, a lot of the wrestlers will like and share, and you can get some good interactions on there. I mean, it's how I initially got speaking to Jake Chris was via Twitter, as it was at the time. It's now obviously X. But that's how we initially started to talk and stuff and exchange discussions and stuff. So I
used to talk to Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
Bring him back.
Yeah, I'd love to see him back.
He was
hilarious.
Yeah, I thought he was really entertaining. I thought he was one of those guys that got he was okay in WWE, but when he went to TNA, he just exploded like Christian.
He was known as a bit of a fucker backstage though, and
he was an asshole.
Yeah,
he was an asshole. Right, Joe, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at JOKEmptySpace. You can jump onto YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. Look for #EmptySpace, #Into the Void, or if you fancy to take your taste buds and your sense of humor, #DailyGiggle. But approach the mind and you just might keep your sanity.
Yeah, I love the way he says that. Sanity.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
It's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Of course, if you want to follow TNI on the socials, @We Talk Impact. That's it. That's all you need to know. @We Talk Impact on everything. Insta, Facebook, X now as it is known. That's it basically. @We Talk Impact is all you need to know. If you want to find out more, I am Lord Bison 45. I'm actually thinking of changing that to Bison by Design, but I'll let you know. Lord Bison 45 on the X. And if you want to follow me on TikTok, @Bison by Design. Is where you'd find me there. All on the TikTok. You will definitely find me there.
I can't tell if that's Indian or Irish, but just keep doing it.
It's a cross. It's a cross between the two.
Fuck me, I'm a quarter Irish. I'd hate to hear a proper cross between Irish and Indian. Fucking hell, I couldn't keep a straight face. It's hard enough keeping a straight face for just listening to someone with a full Irish accent.
It's hard enough.
Next week we don't have Bison, we have Jinder McCall.
Jinder McCall. Jinder McCall.
He's Indian, he's Irish, he's everything he wants to be.
Everything. He's a little leprechaun. That's what he is. Anyway, please take the time to help us out moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to give the bell a tickle. Squeeze. Come on, Craig, get involved. Squeeze. Or a smash to never miss any of the great content coming out each and every week. Obviously, TNA related from the UK and the US teams. You don't want to miss any of it, man. So you need to smash that. You really do need to tickle, smash, squeeze that bell because you don't want to miss any of it because it's all fan bloody tastic. So you don't want to miss any of that. Now, with all that said, I've been Bison and they have been the Joker and, of course, the Lumpster. And this has been episode 182 of Impacted. Take care, everyone.
Take care, guys.
I believe in Joe Hendry.